far away from cities, far away from artificial lights, and far away from everything we call modern civilization, there exists another world. A world where darkness is not emptiness. A world where night is not simply the absence of light, but a vast, living system of hidden illumination. Soft pulses, sudden flashes, slow glowing currents drifting through water, wood, soil, and air. Blue, green, white, sometimes even red. Colors that do not belong to fire or sun, but to life itself. This is the world of bioluminescence. A world where living organisms create their own light from within their bodies. And in this world, light is not a luxury. It is survival. It is communication. It is attraction. It is deception. It is warning. And sometimes, no color, no movement, no direction. Only darkness, only pressure, only silence so deep it feels almost alive. And then something changes. A flicker, a pulse, a glow. Not one source, but many. As if the darkness itself has started responding to life. At first, it feels impossible. Because in human understanding, light must come from something external. The sun, fire, electricity, artificial systems built by intelligence. But in this world, light is not external. It is biological. It is made. It is lived. And one of the most extreme examples of this living light exists in the deepest parts of the ocean. The anglerfish, a creature shaped entirely by darkness. Its body is built to disappear into the abyss. Its skin absorbs what little light exists. Its movement is slow, silent, deliberate. Its mouth is enormous, filled with curved teeth designed not for chasing, but for swallowing anything that comes too close. But the most important part of its body is not its strength. It is its light. A glowing organ that hangs in front of its head like a floating lantern. A biological lure, a trap made of curiosity. In the deep ocean, where vision is limited and every signal matters, this faint glow becomes irresistible. Small fish, drifting through darkness, mistake it for something safe, something alive, something worth investigating. They move closer, slowly, carefully, and then, instinctively, closer still, until suddenly, the ocean closes around them. The anglerfish does not chase. It does not waste energy. It simply waits. Because in the deep sea, patience is the highest form of predation. But the anglerfish is only one expression of a much larger phenomenon. If we rise slightly towards shallower waters, we enter a different kind of darkness. A darkness filled with motion and light that spreads like wildfire. Bioluminescent plankton. Microscopic organisms that exist in unimaginable numbers. Individually, they are nothing more than single cells floating in water. But together, they transform entire oceans. When disturbed by movement, pressure, or vibration, they emit bursts of blue light. A single fish passing through them becomes a glowing outline. A wave breaking against the shore becomes an explosion of light. Even a human hand moving through the water leaves behind trails of glowing particles. This is not random. It is a survival response, a defense mechanism written into biology. When plankton emit light, they expose predators to larger predators. They create attention. They create risk. They turn invisibility into vulnerability. The ocean in these moments becomes something entirely different. Not just water, but a living network of signals, a glowing alarm system stretching across invisible distances. In some parts of the world, this phenomenon becomes so intense that entire coastlines appear to burn with blue fire. Not fire in the traditional sense, but living light responding to motion. Yet bioluminescence is not limited to the ocean. If we step onto land, into humid forests and wet environments, another form of living light begins to appear. Fireflies. Small insects that turn warm nights into silent conversations written in flashes. Each glow is not random. It is a structured language, a biological code refined through millions of years of evolution. Male fireflies fly through the air, sending specific light patterns into the darkness. Females observe from the ground or vegetation, waiting for the correct rhythm. When timing, frequency, and pattern align, a response is sent back. And somewhere in that exchange, two lives find each other. No sound, no scent, only light. But even this elegant system is not purely peaceful. Some species of fireflies exploit the system. They imitate the signals of others. They copy patterns of attraction. They lure not mates, but prey. They turn communication into deception. And in doing so, they reveal a deeper truth about bioluminescence. Light is not inherently good or beautiful. It is simply a tool. Its meaning depends entirely on context. Deeper in tropical forests, where humidity clings to every surface and decay feeds new life, another silent glow exists. Bioluminescent fungi. Mushrooms that emit a soft, eerie green light from decaying wood and forest floors. They do not move. They do not hunt. They do not respond quickly to threats. They simply glow. Continuously. Slowly. As if the forest itself is breathing in light. Scientists believe this glow may attract insects that help spread spores, ensuring the fungi's reproduction. But beyond explanation, there is something almost ancient about it. As if this light predates intention. As if it is a memory of early life on Earth when ecosystems were still forming their own rules. And if we return once more to the ocean, we find that bioluminescence is not only about attraction or defense, it is also about invisibility. Many deep-sea creatures use a strategy called counter-illumination. Instead of hiding in darkness, they produce light on their undersides to match the faint glow of sunlight filtering from above. This removes their shadow, and without a shadow, they disappear. From below, they blend perfectly into the brightness. Light becomes camouflage. Other organisms use sudden bursts of light to confuse predators, breaking visual tracking long enough to escape. Some bacteria live symbiotically inside fish and squid, producing light in exchange for nutrients and protection. Entire biological partnerships built around illumination. Every glow has a reason. Every flash has a function. Every light is the result of evolutionary pressure so precise that it shaped chemistry into behavior. Back in the abyss, the anglerfish continues its silent vigil. Its glowing lure sways gently in the dark, like a question that never stops being asked. Above it, plankton ignite invisible storms of blue light. Near the surface, fish trace glowing signatures through water that remembers every movement. On land, fireflies continue their nightly language across fields and forests, writing messages no human can fully read. And in the damp shadows of ancient woods, fungi continue their slow, eternal glow, untouched by time. None of these organisms coordinate. None of them share intention. Yet together, they form a global system of living light, a hidden layer of Earth that exists every night, all around us, unnoticed. Because the night is not truly dark. It is only invisible to those who are not looking for light in the right form. And perhaps the most important truth this world reveals is simple. Light is not owned by the sun. Light is not owned by technology. Light belongs to life. And wherever life is forced into darkness, it does not simply endure. It adapts. It transforms. And when necessary, it shines. Not for beauty, not for recognition, but because in the deepest logic of nature, to survive is to remain visible in some form, even in the deepest oceans, even in the quietest forests, even in places where light should never exist, life always finds a way to glow.